So this is a picture of my journey in managing gout. So in my situation, my uric acid level was just very high. It was about 10, a little over 10, and it had been that way for years. And what we had tried to do was Dr. Parker had tried to get my uric acid level down, and it was tough. My body was not responding accordingly to the preventative medications that were available at the time. And the two main medications that are out there right now would be allopurinol and Uloric. And he put me on allopurinol, and it just was not responding at all. And in the early days of 2010, there was a medication that was available. It was new, but very few people had tried it. And Dr. Parker sat me down and said, listen, there is a new medication, and I think you would be a great candidate for it. It's not for everybody, but it could be for you. The name of it is Krystexxa. It was a infusion medication that was it was 9 months out of my life. It took 9 months. I had to go into an infusion office, and each treatment was about 6 hours long. So I was in a situation where, with my job, I was able to just bring my laptop in. I was a little mobile, so thank goodness, right? But this is what it required, and I was determined to do whatever it took to get better. So for 9 months out of that year, twice a month, I would go in, and it was, it's kind of like chemotherapy. They basically, if you can see, they IV'd you up, and it's a drip medication that went in there. And basically, what it does, and I'm not a medical expert, I'm just layman's terms, right? It just brings the uric acid down to 0. I mean, that's the goal. Of a gout patient, what's our goal? To keep uric acid level down below 6, right? Above 6, you need a fix, Dr. Parker, right? Above 6, you need a fix. So it brought it down. I was from 10. It brought me down to 0 overnight. But I had to continue that for 9 months. But one of the byproducts, as your body is cleansing itself, is that when your uric acid is so high and it goes down so fast, that your body actually goes through attacks again. So during the 9 months, I was getting even higher amount of attacks, painful attacks, and I wanted to quit. Well, this is where having a good rheumatologist in your corner is so important, because not only is he sympathetic, he acted as my cheerleader to cheer me on. I remember having conversations, Dr. Parker, I want to stop. This is insane. I'm supposed to be getting better. I am in agony. Gary, it's okay. This is normal. This is normal. The body is, remember, it took years. It took years of living with gout before you actually even experienced your first attack, because your body with high uric acid took time to produce these crystals in your joints, right? And the crystals is what basically brings on the attacks. So if it took years for the crystals to build up, it's going to take some time for the body to melt those crystals away. And as it melts the crystals away, you're going to feel some pain. But it's normal. Continue to climb this hill. We're going to take this hill pretty soon, and we'll be on the other end of it. And as you can see, 9 months later, if you can look at this picture, this is when I first met Dr. Parker. You can see the pain on my face. I was downtrodden and done. I seriously was done. I went through some therapy, and then once I was through my therapy, I was able to get on preventative medication. You guys, I take my preventative medication religiously every day. I work with my specialist to make sure my dosage is right, and I get my blood tests regularly, whether it's with Dr. Parker or I use an at-home kit that, I just prick myself, do a little blood test, and I know where I'm at. And I make sure that my levels are well below 6. And as my levels continued to drop, and I kept them below 6, it was amazing. Your body is meant to basically fix itself if you allow it to. And my body started to repair itself. And I started to regain my quality of life. I was able to become active again. It took a while, but I slowly lost weight. I became active and fit. I regained a second lease on life. And this is not uncommon. It can happen to anyone. If we have the proper information or are properly motivated, we can have quality of life with gout. Quality of life. This is just 2 years ago. It just shows, I wanted to put these pictures up there because it shows you what can be. You know, a lot of people that live with gout, they think my life is done. I have gout. I've been dealt with bad cards in life, and I'm going to give up. You know, it's over. I'm here to tell you it's not. We're all dealt with cards. We're all dealt with cards. But we take our cards and we play our hand, you know, and I'm telling you, we can do it. We take gout by the horns and we manage this disease. So I'm here to encourage other people. I can tell you that with gout, quality of life is possible. I'm here, you know, and I still have gout. It's still with me. I'll always have it. But I manage this disease. It no longer manages me.